Welcome back to Careful Boys. Today, Joe is going to help all of you understand credit card points.
All right, this is not a brand deal, and this is just adulting. And if you guys are actually, the type that just pays your bills on time, there's a really good hack, and it's not even like a secret out there. It's just using credit cards and points and stuff like that. So I've been doing this for a hella long time.
Mm-hmm. You got me into it years ago. You came on my podcast and you were talking about this stuff, and we've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
Those guys taking notes now.
I'm gonna take notes.
You should.
For sure.
You should.
All right, so credit card points, check this out. So I fly like over, 200 times a year or whatever, right? So like
all in.
And you do too, and you should be doing this, but you get paid for flying, so it doesn't matter.
Sorry, I'll take notes.
Yeah.
I'll shut up, take notes.
Like, okay, so a third of my flights are free.
Wow. That's awesome.
You guys know how like points work, right? Yeah. So like the points work because they give you points to spend, right? So like let's say for every $1, each card company gives you like 5 cents or whatever. They have their own contract on how much the points are worth. So like as you spend, you're gonna spend anyway. You're gonna spend on groceries, all that stuff, right? Instead of using cash, you use the card. Points rack up. It's like extreme couponing. Now you can use those points for like travel, Uber, hotel, whatever.
Amazon.
Cash back.
Yep.
There's like hella shit. And so like that's kind of like the first level of perks, right? So when you get to the more higher tiers like Sapphire Reserve or Preferred, there's like different type of perks you get for each card. So I'll tell you right now, the cool one that I'm using is I gotta get notes because there's a lot of perks. Okay, so all right, Sapphire Reserve.
Not a brand deal.
Sapphire Reserve. That's one of my favorites. It'll cost you $800 a year, but what you get if you max out all your points, it's like $1,200 back. So you actually, if you do this right, you get money back plus the points. We're not talking about the points. We're just talking about perks. So there's two different things, right? So like, for example, the annual fee is $795, or let's just even it out to $800. They give you $300 in travel credit. So what that means is like, if you fly, if you do a hotels or something, or
do you have to book specifically through the Chase portal?
You don't have to. Wow. But if you book through the Chase portal, they give you more points.
Got it.
So you probably should.
Yeah. So like, for example, right? Like let's say you stay at a hotel and you just swipe your card, whatever. They automatically look at that and then they give you money back. So already, boom, $300 they give you back for using it.
Is that every year or is that a first time perk?
It's for 12 months.
That's awesome. So every year then.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think they take care of your TSA if you have TSA pre-check. So like if you go out there, you buy TSA pre-check, and then it's not every year.
Oh, it's like $100 towards global entry or something like that, which gives you pre-check, right? Yeah.
Another one is dining. I just recently did this with Open Table. So like you go on Open Table, you make a reservation. I got $150 dinner for basically free.
Oh wow.
So like,
so you make a reservation Open Table through Sapphire Reserve, and then they'll cover that
For $150?
yeah, well, there's different dining credits. So one of them is Open Table, and then there's other like Chase partner dining restaurants or whatever.
Oh, Chase.
And then so like this one, it's calendar 6 months, I think. Yeah, so like from January to July, you get to use 150, and then from like July to like December, you get to use 150. Wow. So for the year, it's 300 on just dining. Cool. So that's already $600, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, DoorDash credits. So that you can use like, if you get like $15 in DoorDash. If you're always getting like DoorDash or whatever, that's $120 to $180. So like, I could go down the whole entire list here, but every single card has these kind of cool perks.
Basically, if that's already your lifestyle, that card should pay for itself.
Yeah.
Do they got like, was it Sapphire Reserve that had the Lululemon one too, or is that the Amex Platinum one?
I'm not sure because there's so many, like you just got to go in.
You sound so gay right now. Just to prove this isn't an ad
Shorts
read,
are awesome.
you
I
sound
like their
so
shorts.
gay
Yeah,
right
shorts
now.
are sick.
Just to prove. That's good.
It's not an ad video. You're so gay right now.
Also, you travel hella.
The leggings for jiu-jitsu,
No, the shorts are training shorts. They're one of my favorite shorts.
I'm
You
joking.
love wearing
I have,
Lulus?
I have one that someone gave me, and fuck, I can't get rid of it. That freaking thing lasts.
Can't get rid of it.
I was like, bro, this thing is like
They make one of the sickest shorts ever.
under. Yeah.
No, I prefer.
You wear a sports bra, right? From Lululemon. Anyways, hey, you fly a lot.
It's not an ad.
Do you use airport lounges?
I don't anymore.
What?
Well, the thing is,
Sounds like you got kicked out, dude.
Like it got out of control.
blacklisted at 16 airports internationally.
You got belligerent.
Well, there's cool ass.
Is that priority pass? Does it automatically? Sapphire Reserve gives you priority pass.
and be careful because there's two kinds. There's preferred and reserve. Reserve is the one I'm talking about. It's the top one. Yeah,
How is the lounge?
dude, the lounges are sick. Well, it depends.
It's there.
It's on the airport. Yeah.
It's in general very convenient because priority pass gives you access to lounges in a lot of places. So unless you only are traveling to like A and B, then you can be maybe more specific with which lounge is like the better one. Yeah. But when you just want to have access to some random layover or fucking other country that happens to have a lounge, then priority pass is very, very good.
I fucking love lounges.
Me too. Me too. Love lounge.
Because you get the food for free. There's coffee. There's drinks. Some of them even have showers. So if you just feel like if you're in a layover and you're like, fuck, I'm fucking sweaty. You just want to take a quick shower real quick.
Every time I go to lounge, straight to take a nicer shit, jump on the Wi-Fi and go straight to the bar. That's all I do.
You don't get some protein and then jack off after?
I just jack off first, protein after.
You jack off. You're just in the lounge, open, beating it.
Yeah. No, in the shower.
We're just trying to prove this isn't an ad read.
Shower's good. That makes me not want to go to that shower.
Yeah, dude, sick.
Also,
I love in the shower.
better than jacking off on the plane.
Better than jacking off on the plane, yeah.
Have you jacked off on the plane?
He has.
he's the Mile High Club by himself.
He's like, I'm going to hit the Mile High tonight.
I'm a father.
I recently took Hannah to
Nutcracker Belly?
during Christmas.
Good transition, Nutcracker.
Yeah, the Nutcracker. Well, they have one, like whatever, but basically, oh man, I forgot. It wasn't Ticketmaster, but it was one of these sites, and they covered like $150. So I only paid like $20.
Dope.
So if I added up all of it, right? If you max it all out, you get like 1,300. So you're spending 800. And then you get, all the extras for free.
But does that mean next year after you pay the annual fee again, you're like, fuck, I gotta go watch the Nutcracker again.
Yeah, you gotta
make
go
this
watch
worth it.
Thankfully, it's like Ticketmaster, where it's concerts, it's whatever. So you don't have to watch just the Nutcracker.
But the catch is you have to watch Nutcracker every year.
Yeah.
One time.
So in case you feel like your wife has a period, you can still go and it's free.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
right.
it, you're not
That's
spending
right.
$2,000 on.
Good point.
But that's not counting like points. So that's a whole different thing, right? So like now you got points racked up because you're spending and shit, and now you can like get all this extra stuff. It's pretty cool. I use most of it for travel.
What is your points kind of like? You'd say like what, like $1, you get like 2 points? Because like I have American savings and I can never even reach anything.
Yeah.
And I travel quite a bit. I spend a lot of money. I'm like, bro, I hate this card.
Usually it'll be like 1%, 2%, 3%, and it'll be like one you can, and different cards are different ones. So some will be at the gas station, some will be groceries, some will be like Postmates or whatever, and you choose the one that benefits you the most.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so like for example,
Because everything is 1 for 1.
Capital One,
yeah.
like Venture or something like that will be like, this is a small one, like instead of point. When I use my Capital One Venture card international, there's no foreign transaction fees, which hella adds up because you're always paying for shopping, dining, random stuff. And just because they swipe your card internationally, you're going to get relative or proportionate to how much you spend, there's a fee on there, which oftentimes, like for me internationally, if I'm using like my regular business card that is not technically an international card, but I have to use it because it's a business thing, my foreign transaction fees end up being like $40 by the time I get back after like a bunch of different swipes. So like just choosing to use a different credit card that is relative to like your actual lifestyle, or like certain cards will be like 5% back on Lyft versus Uber. So from there, I'm like, if I check both apps and they're the same price, I'm just going to go with Lyft because I'm just going to get more percentage back. And then when you acquire those points, then sometimes like those partner, like I think Hyatt partners with Chase. Sometimes throughout the year, they do random promos where like for the same 1 point that you would use regular, that's a 1-to-1. Now you get like 5 points for it. So a hotel that might be like 20,000 points a night now is only going to be 4,000 points. So me and Nina, our honeymoon, because we used Chase Reward Points, partnered with Hyatt, and we had to just move our Chase points over to Hyatt Reward Points and go through their system and book through there. A little bit of a loophole.
So you had to go cheap on the honeymoon.
We had to go cheap on the honeymoon, but we got a 5-star Indonesian Bali resort for 5 nights for the price of 1.
Wow.
It was insane. So it's like those are moments when like for
To transfer the points?
yeah, well, when they do specific promos and you're using their partners, that's why he's talking about doing stuff like Open Table, because they may be partnered with Chase. And that's why I asked, like, oh, do you need to book that thing through the Chase portal? Because various different ways, you just kind of like, if you're just kind of like hip to like what's going on with the reward timing, the promos or the partnerships, Apple will do 10% off a couple times a year through Chase. So if you already knew that you needed to buy a laptop or an iPad, and then during the holidays, you were just like, you know what, let me just buy the same thing I would have got for myself anyway, but through Chase Reward Points, then from there, you might get 10% off your iPad. That's cool. And it's like those little things
And
make
then go
it
to
so.
Oregon and don't pay sales tax either.
Exactly. While booking your flight to Oregon dude, you'll save so much money if you spend a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like
Travel to
you said,
Oregon to
if
buy
it's-
a
if it's
laptop.
your lifestyle already, because like,
Then you map it all out.
but if you can't even buy it, because like, so Chase has this one thing where it's like have you heard of the Edit? It's like so it's like luxury resorts, right? Like minimum fucking rooms are like $500 a night or whatever, right? So like they give you $500 credit. But like none of us are actually going to stay at these resorts on a regular. It's like maybe for a special occasion. But for me, I'm like, if you're not at that level, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah. But Amex is also a solid one. I think it's the competitor to the Reserve, the Platinum. Recently, they have like a pop-up at the Aria. It is fucking sick, dude. So like if you're an Amex Platinum member, you go in and then like it's like a lounge, right? It's like imagine a bar, they give you fucking free drinks, free charcuterie board. It's just a place to just chill.
Strong, brother.
Yeah. It's like high quality shit too. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? So they're doing these experiences all over. So it's like a free date, basically. You know? Probably don't want to take your first date, but like you could take your wife every fucking day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Babe, we're going to the Aria Lounge again.
The American Express Aria Lounge.
That's where I'd go because she plays poker at Aria all the time. So I'd go kick it in there.
I do know though that there are some people, that those personalities out there, that they're so enticed by the rewards programs, the points, the perks and stuff like that in their mind they're like, yo, I'm saving all this, and they're in a mad credit card debt.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Because people will be like, why would they give you all this shit? It's because those motherfuckers right there.
Because there's way more of those people than there are that know how to be so
Credit whales.
cheap. You got to be cheap about it, you know?
Because they're spending 30 G's to get like 2 G's worth of points.
Yeah.
They're like, I got 2 G's worth of points.
Every
Just
month.
like, how
man.
can I get points? It doesn't matter. I just keep spending.
The people who don't pay it off every month are really messing
Yeah,
up.
it's a myth, guys. If you think, having a balance and then like paying it off slowly is going to build your credit, that's
Doesn't
actually
work.
not true. Yeah. What actually gives you good credit is if your credit to debt ratio is high. I mean, not high, but like your credit, debt ratio is low depending on how much credit. So like, let's say you're approved for a card that gives you $10,000, right? If you're only spending like $1,000 to $2,000, and that's how much debt you have, that's going to keep you in the clear. But if you have like $9,000, but your credit limit is $10,000, then that kind of like lowers it a little bit.
Well, also too, if you have like, say you have $10,000 credit limit or something like that, but you're only putting gas on there, they're going to kick you out eventually, like at some point.
No, if you keep using it, it's okay.
It depends on how. Well, if you're not using it at all, though.
Yeah, if you're not using it, it's just going to expire. You're not
a
renewing.
really long time for them to kick you out. But you should never close your own credit cards by yourself.
Don't close your credit card.
On top of that too, every now and then you should always request a credit limit increase, because that's just going to
As much
improve
as
your
you can,
credit.
as much as you can,
all the
yeah.
time. You always just request it whenever it's available for you. And then on top of that too, apparently there's 2 points at which they track your credit based off of the debt that you have, and it's one time during the month. Because you always want to pay it off at the end of every single month. You want to have a zero, you never want to have debt, right? Because they charge like 24% APR or some
Crazy.
shit.
That's how they make money.
But the point is, there's actually a moment where they they meter what your credit is, and then having the debt is good for your credit. And then there's a point where paying it off makes sense. So it's almost like you don't want to always just pay off your credit card like sporadically. You just kind of set it on an auto payment to always fully pay it off, so that mid-month it'll track it to know that you have spent money, which improves your credit or gives you the ability to increase your credit limit, but then still automatically pay off the entire thing by the end of the month.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. But this isn't financial advice. Why the fuck are you listening to people that are talking
That are gay.
comedic and shit?
They're gay.
Who's gay?
I just wanted to prove it's not an ad.
Yeah, just want to make sure it's not an ad.
It's not a fucking ad. I didn't even get to American Express and fucking Capital One and all the other dope ones. I'm just talking about Sapphire.
Kwan, Sapphire, go get one.